I'll give you one guess what kind of tree this is. Any guesses? That's a mango tree. See the mangoes up there? That's how mangoes grow. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is what I want to show you today. I wanted to show you one more thing here. I'm cutting these little small pieces. Now here's the piece I have. And it's going to fit into an inside corner like that, but then this line here is an outside corner cutting back in, but it's not cutting back in at a 45-degree angle. It's going around a bull-nosed piece of trim. I guess I should probably take you over to the wall and show you that, huh? Here, I've got this piece cut, and that's going to fit right in like that. Then I cut this small little piece, and I'm using little scraps now because I only have a few extra feet of my base, and everything's going to fit just fine. Okay, so now I got the small little piece, cut it at a 45-degree angle, and I line that up in there. I'm not necessarily concerned about the back edge as much as the front edge. So see where the front edge fits? That looks nice. The top is off ever so slightly because these walls aren't perfectly level and plumb and square to each other. But I want to try to get this inside edge as straight as I can, and that looks really great right there. Once I caulk it and everything, that's all going to go away. You could have a gap like that at the top, and when you caulk it, it's going to go away. But you know, try to do the best you can. Okay, so now that's like that. Okay, now how did I know that that pencil mark was going to be right there? Well, what I had to do was put a mark on the wall where the bull nose is, because right there it's going to come out at an angle, a 22.5-degree angle, because then I've got to cut another little piece from there over to there. 22.5 degrees over to a 45. That's going to be kind of tricky too. Okay, so I've got that mark. Then I transferred it to the back side of this, which is right at that mark where I started cutting with the saw right there. But I've got to transfer that over to the top. Now how am I going to do that? I don't know. You know, the 22.5 degrees. You know how to do that, don't you? Well, if you know how to do that 45, you should be able to know how to do that one. Because a 45, you remember, was a 1/2 inch over, because this is a 1/2 inch thick material. Okay? So, from there, if I measured over a 1/2 inch and cut it, that would be a 45. But what I'm going to do from that line is I measure over only a 1/4 inch. Because see, if I split the 1/2 inch in half to a 1/4 inch, that's 22.5 degrees. If I cut it there, you see what I'm saying? Half of a 45-degree angle, divide 45 into 2, that's 22.5. So 1/4 inch is about right there. Okay, so when I flip that over, I got a mark right there. That's right where I put this line, 1/4 inch. See there? See that little line there? That's straight from where I started making that cut. I went straight up and I measured over from there, 1/4 inch. Put my line up there. That's my outside corner. Okay? I've got my inside corner of 45. I got my outside corner of 22.5 degrees. Okay, let's go back and I'll show you how I'm going to cut that. Wow, all this stuff you're learning today. Yee! Okay, so I've got to cut that at that angle. Now I just put a block of wood up here, that same 45-degree cut. I can put that either direction. I'm going to set that up there like that, just to kind of give me an angle. Okay? Now, I had a pencil mark at the back. What I did is I made that straight. Just get it in there a little bit so that now you can kind of angle your saw where you want. And then you've got to look down there. I've got to look down and see that pencil line there? That's my edge right there, my outside edge. Okay? So I set that on like that. This is a small little piece, but we're going to cut it. Okay, now I got to hang on to that and look down there and see if I'm angling. I want to try to angle. If I'm slightly off, you know, but it's going to be close. Hang on to your block, just like I did the 45, except this is 22.5 degrees because I'm lining up with that, okay? I'm going to cut that. You just have to keep going. Look over there and see that you got your blade angled the proper way, okay? Once you get your blade in there a little bit, that kind of helps you go the proper way. And that looks pretty good right there. Hang on to it, check it, and saw that off of there. No tricks up my sleeves. I'm still cutting this. I wanted you, before I cut it off all the way, I wanted you to see it. So when I flip it around, I want to see how close I came. Almost there. There it is. Moment of truth. That little piece I cut off looks pretty straight too. Flip it over and look at that. Do you see the pencil mark? See, there's my 1/4 inch right there. Look where that cut is. It's perfect there. And if anything, see, that's flipped up. That is like so close. No tricks up my sleeve, by golly. That just kind of folded the paint edge over, so I'm just going to lightly take that off. Now, if anything, it's a 32nd, if not a 64th at the very end, right there. So that's all I'm going to have to shave. You know, right that little bit.